What happens when you mix an Escalade, a luxury condo, and a ton of batteries? This is the 2026 Cadillac Motorhome, and here's why it's the future of mobile living, redefining RVs. When you think of a motorhome, you usually think of a struggling diesel engine trying to climb a hill while every cabinet in the back screams for mercy. Cadillac looked at that vibe and decided to absolutely bury it. They built this monster on a custom unibody chassis that borrows DNA from General Motors' heavy-duty truck line and their newest electric vehicle tech. You have two ways to move this massive piece of real estate. The traditionalist route is a 6.2-liter V8 that has been specifically massaged for RV life. We are talking about over 430 horsepower flowing through a 10-speed automatic transmission that shifts smoother than a high-stakes poker player. But if you really want to make the neighbors at the campsite feel poor, you go for the dual-motor electric all-wheel drive version. This thing runs on the Ultium battery platform and pumps out a staggering 580 horsepower and over 700 pound-feet of torque. Because having enough torque to restart a stalled planet is the new standard for luxury. This electric behemoth can actually hit 60 miles per hour in less than 6.5 seconds. That is genuinely terrifying for something this size. It is like watching a skyscraper win a sprint. To make sure you do not feel every pebble on the road they threw in an adaptive air suspension system that basically turns asphalt into silk. Plus, they added rear wheel steering, which is a total lifesaver because trying to park a 30-foot living room without it is a recipe for a viral fail video. The way this thing puts power down is just pure glazing. Usually an RV feels like you are piloting a barge through a sea of mayonnaise, but Cadillac tuned this chassis to actually behave. The low center of gravity from those heavy Ultium batteries makes it feel surprisingly planted when you are taking a corner. It is not a sports car, obviously, but it has enough aura to make you forget you are carrying a literal kitchen and bathroom behind your head. They even integrated regenerative braking that is tuned so perfectly you can almost one-pedal drive this apartment complex. It is the kind of engineering that makes you realize Cadillac is not just playing around with a body kit and some leather. They actually wanted to build the most capable driving machine in the segment. The digital brain. Driving this thing feels less like operating a vehicle and more like commanding a starship. The entire dashboard is a wrapped OLED display that looks like it was stolen from a futuristic concept jet. It uses augmented reality navigation that overlays your turns directly onto a live feed of the road, so you never have to guess which exit is yours. But the real magic is the Aura Link system. This is basically the central nervous system of the motorhome. It connects everything to your smartphone or watch, so you can check your water levels or start the generator while you are still finishing lunch at a roadside diner. Cadillac also knew that luxury travelers cannot survive without high-speed internet, so they baked Starlink satellite connectivity right into the roof. You could be in the middle of a desert and still be streaming 4K movies without a stutter. If that is not enough, they added LiDAR-assisted collision avoidance and a 360-degree camera suite. It even has an autopilot parking feature and autonomous campground maneuvering. You essentially just point the vehicle at a spot and let the computers handle the stress of not hitting a tree. It is high-level awareness that makes the old-school way of shouting at a spotter look ancient. The tech here isn't just for show. You can use voice or even gesture controls to dim the lights or change the temperature without ever leaving the lounge. You get absolute control. There is a centralized touchscreen hub in the rear cabin that handles all the heavy lifting like monitoring solar usage and battery health in real time. It even gets over-the-air updates, so your motorhome actually gets smarter the longer you own it. It's like having a personal assistant that lives in the walls and makes sure you never run out of power or get lost. Cadillac is living rent-free in the heads of every RV manufacturer right now because honestly, this is miles ahead of anything else on the market. 5-star suite on wheels. Stepping into the cabin is where the pure dopamine hits. Cadillac did not just throw some cheap wood and plastic at the interior and call it a day. We are talking about genuine, open-pore, wood hand-stitched leather and brushed aluminum accents everywhere you look. The living area is anchored by a power reclining lounge sofa and a 75-inch OLED TV that disappears into the furniture when you do not need it. They even installed a digital skylight that stretches across the ceiling. During the day, it mimics natural sunlight, and at night, it can project star patterns or whatever mood lighting you want. It is an absolute heist of interior design. The kitchen is better than most city apartments with an induction cooktop and a steam oven. They even tucked an under-counter wine chiller in there, because why would you go camping without a perfectly chilled glass of red? When you finally decide to crash, the master bedroom treats you to a king-size memory foam bed and soundproofed walls that block out the rest of the world. Even the bathroom is a flex, with heated marble flooring and a rain shower that feels like it belongs in a spa. It is mobile luxury turned into a literal art form. Every inch of this space feels like it was designed by someone who hates the idea of roughing it. The ambient lighting shifts automatically based on the time of day to keep your circadian rhythm in check, which is a wild detail to include in a vehicle. The smart mirror in the bathroom even gives you news and weather updates while you are brushing your teeth. It is the kind of environment where you totally forget you are actually parked in a dusty campground. Cadillac managed to fit all this in without making it feel cramped or cluttered because they utilized motorized slide-outs that expand the living space the second you park. It is essentially a transformer that turns into a mansion, high-tech fortress of solitude. Safety in a motorhome usually starts and ends with a seatbelt and a prayer, but Cadillac decided to build a rolling fortress. The 2026 model uses a reinforced safety cage built from advanced composites that are way stronger and lighter than the stuff you find in a standard RV. They packed in the full Super Cruise suite, which means you can literally take your hands off the wheel on thousands of miles of highway. It handles adaptive cruise control with full stop-and-go capability, so traffic jams are no longer a nightmare. But they went even further with biometric locks and facial recognition entries. No more fumbling for keys in the dark, you just walk up and the door knows it is you. Inside, they installed a full array of fire suppression systems and sensors that can detect if a pet or a kid is left in the vehicle, sending an alert to your phone immediately. It even has an encrypted emergency response system that connects you to help, even if your cell service is spotty. It is designed to protect you just as much as it pampers you, which gives you a level of confidence you just do not get anywhere else. The security features here are legitimately next level. It is not just about crashes, it is about total peace of mind. The internal monitoring sensors are a huge win for anyone traveling with dogs because you can see exactly what the temperature is and what they are doing through the app. The collision mitigation system works from every angle, and the blind spot radar is specifically tuned to handle the extra length of a motorhome. It feels like the car is constantly looking out for you, which is exactly what you want when you are piloting a $500,000 asset down a narrow mountain pass. It is high-level safety tech that actually serves a purpose instead of just being a list of buzzwords. Futuristic aesthetics and airflow. If you saw this thing coming down the road, you would probably think a movie set lost one of its props. The exterior is all sharp lines and aggressive angles that mirror the Escalade, but on a much grander scale. You get those iconic vertical LED lights and a massive gloss black front fascia that gives it an incredible amount of presence. But it is not just a boxy RV. Cadillac used active grille shutters and specific airflow channels to make it as aerodynamic as possible, which helps a ton with fuel efficiency and range. They offer premium two-tone paint jobs with metallic flakes and ceramic coatings right from the factory, so it looks like a high-end luxury sedan rather than a painted bus. The windows are flush-mounted and the windshield is a massive panoramic piece of glass that gives the driver a pilot-like view of the world. It is easily the best-looking thing in the RV park, and it makes everything else look like it belongs in a museum. The design language here is pure Cadillac. It has that imposing stance that just screams authority. The motorized slide-outs are integrated so well that you can barely see the seams when they are retracted, which keeps the profile looking sleek. Even the wheels were designed to reduce drag, while still looking like something you would see on a concept car. It is a masterclass in how to make a large vehicle look expensive and modern without being gaudy. Most RVs are an eyesore, but this is something you would actually be proud to park in your driveway. Financial damage and ownership. Now we have to talk about the part that makes your wallet sweat. This level of insane luxury does not come cheap. The base model with the V8 engine starts at around $395,000. If you want the electric dual-motor version with the all-wheel drive, you are looking at least $450,000. Once you start adding the solar panels, the upgraded entertainment systems, and the bespoke interior materials, you can easily blow past the $520,000 mark. Cadillac is aiming this squarely at high net worth individuals and influencers who want the ultimate mobile office. But when you compare it to other high-end Class A motorhomes, the price is actually pretty competitive, especially when you consider you are getting a factory-built vehicle with a full warranty. You do not have to deal with third-party converters or aftermarket guesswork. Cadillac even offers specialized leasing and financing through their premium programs to make the pill a little easier to swallow. Ownership is definitely an investment in a specific lifestyle. You have to factor in higher insurance premiums and the maintenance of both the automotive parts and the complex living systems. But Cadillac is playing the long game here by keeping production numbers low to ensure the resale value stays high. There is even a potential tax break if you use the vehicle for business or content creation, which makes it a legitimate asset for some buyers. It is not an impulse buy by any means, but for the person who wants to travel without ever leaving the lap of luxury, it is the ultimate flex.